Hey, what's up guys? 2016 was a great year for Funko Pop collectors, so many great releases. So I wanted to make a video with what I consider to be the top 10 best pops of the year. I'm excluding Funko Pop rides or any kind of deluxe pops or anything else like that. These are just single pop releases. The criteria I'm using to judge is basically how well the character translated over to a pop. You know, when you pull the pop out of the box, does it immediately remind you of the character? Also the sculpt, the overall paint jobs, and just an overall wow factor for the pop. Before I get into the top 10, I'm going to start out with some honorable mentions. Chun-Li by far was the best Street Fighter pop. She looks really cute. She looks exactly like her character. Sometimes it's hard to get video game characters or cartoons to translate over into pop form, but they did a great job. The only thing keeping her off my top 10 is I wish she had a little bit more of an exciting pose. John the Hangman Ruth is an incredibly detailed pop. They did such a good job on him. His mustache looks great. The only thing keeping this guy off my top 10 is I wish they would have sculpted in his eyebrows to match that mustache and hair. That would have made him perfect. The Amy Winehouse pop was one of the most surprising releases of the year for me. I didn't expect them to make her at all. I really like this pop. I like the colors they chose. The only thing that I wish they would have done different is her earrings. They kind of forgot to cut out the inside of her earring and it just looks a little weird, and that's why she didn't make my top 10. The chromed out Colossus pop is a must-have for any Marvel fan. He looks really good, really awesome. The only thing is I wish he was a little bit heavier. He feels quite hollow. Ellen Ripley is one of the pops I was most looking forward to, and she came out really good. I'm very happy with it. The only thing keeping her off my top 10 is I wish they would have gave her a flamethrower with a little bit of flame effect on there. That would have made this pop absolutely perfect. The masked Captain Marvel looks so good. They did such a good job with her mohawk. I like her stance. I like that they gave her a little bit bigger feet. Makes her look nice and strong. The only thing is she's a little bit plain. I mean, there's not much they can do with her costume. That's exactly how it is. But I just think there's other pops that were released that are a little bit more eye-catching. The Darth Vader from Rogue One looks really, really good, especially the one from GameStop. The only reason I didn't put him in the top 10 is that he seemed more like an about time they made a good Darth Vader pop instead of like, wow, look at this new pop that came out. Look how awesome it looks. It's Darth Vader again, but they just made him vastly better. Alright, now time for my top 10. And remember, these are my top 10. What you like is purely subjective, and you may agree with me or not, but these were my favorite releases of the year. I'm not the biggest Motorhead fan in the world. I only like a couple of their songs, but there's no denying that the Let Me Kill Mr. pop came out really well. It has excellent details. The sculpt is really nice. The paint job overall was good. So many tiny little details on that guitar that could have gone wrong, and it came out really nice. It's definitely a pop that looks great outside of the box, and if you're a big metal head or just a rock and roll head in general, this pop would look great with your CD or record collection. Just really, really well done, and I hope they make more and more pop rocks in the future because it is one of my favorite lines. And I think every hardcore Star Wars fan was pretty happy that they made an Ahsoka pop. And I say hardcore because she was never in any of the movies, but she is a great, great character and her pop came out really nice. Really colorful. I'm glad they gave her her dual lightsabers. She just looks great out of the box. Falcon from Civil War is definitely one of the best movie-based pops that was released. I like the fact that the stand is connected to his back and you can't take it off, so when you display it, you don't worry about him falling off and, getting dinged up. I like the way they use transparency on his goggles, looks really nice in person, and that mid-flight action pose was genius. And I hope they do more pops in these kind of action poses like this with the stands, because this guy definitely has a wow factor when you display him alongside the other Civil War pops. Like the Amy Winehouse, the Holly Golightly pop was really unexpected and really surprising, and she came out really nice. I think it's one of the cutest pops of the year, and she has so many small details on her that look really good. All her jewelry is really well done, really well painted, and I'm glad they didn't shy away from giving her a cigarette, and her little stance is nice. She looks kind of sexy and sassy, very classy. Also, the way they did her hair, the way they painted it, I've never seen them paint a pop like that, and it was just perfect instead of just painting it brown. This pop looks really, really nice, and if you have a big movie collection, this is definitely one to display with your movies. Rey was my favorite character from The Force Awakens, and this is my favorite pop of her with the helmet and the little doll. I really like when they choose a very specific scene that conveys a lot about the character without having to tell you much. You know, you get exactly what she's feeling when she's wearing the helmet and holding the doll. Really cool. And it's one of the cool things about Star Wars figures is they do take these tiny little moments in the movies and create figures of, you know, characters that were in the scene for 2 seconds or just any kind of little different costume change in the character. They create a figure for it. And I think this was one of the best ideas, her wearing the helmet. Super cute, really well done. The only thing is maybe they could have made her helmet a little dirtier, but that's a very small thing because this pop looks really cool, and I currently display this one out of the box. Whether you loved or hated Suicide Squad, you can't deny that Harley Quinn's costume design was really good. I mean, I have not heard of anybody say, oh, you know, I hate the way Harley Quinn looks in Suicide Squad. You hear that about the Joker, you hear that about some of the other characters, but everybody loves Harley Quinn, and she may be the main reason that movie did well, because the reviews were awful. Usually when reviews are that bad, I won't go watch a movie, but her design was so cool, I just had to go see it on the big screen, and I think a lot of people were like that. And Funko did a really good job translating that design into a pop form. Right away when you look at this pop, you go, oh, that's the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. She looks great out of the box. Great stance. Really, really well done. This Burning Walker is what finally turned me into a Walking Dead collector. I love the show. Wasn't going to collect the pops, but when I saw this guy, I had to get him. Broke the seal, and now I have a whole bunch of Walking Dead pops because this guy looks really good. I really love the flame effects. I really love the way they placed them on the body, the way he's a little pigeon-toed, the paint job on the head, those eyes, the teeth. Everything about this pop is really cool. I really hope Funko in the future starts making more zombie pops because it is one of the coolest parts of the Walking Dead line are the zombies. There was a whole lot of Duck Dodgers made, but I think that the coolest looking one is still the metallic Chase Duck Dodgers. There's just something about his outfit being metallic that really matches that retro future look of it. I think the sculpt on the head looks really good. The character design translates really well over to a pop form. I love the dome on him. I love the way he's standing with his hand kind of bent on his waist. Really, really pretty pop. Really well executed. The fact that it's a Chase is just a plus. Really one of my favorite pops of the year. I'm so glad I was able to get the Joker from The Killing Joke because this is a pop I just couldn't live without. I probably would have ended up paying way too much for him. I'm glad he wasn't super rare because everybody that's a Joker fan should be able to have this pop in their collection. They did such a good job. I love the little details like the camera and the drink he's holding. When you look at the actual pop, it looks like there's actual liquid in that cup. Really well done. I love the laugh lines they gave him, the big mouth, the hat, the details on the shirt are really nice. Really colorful pop, really representative of the way the Joker looked in The Killing Joke. Really, really just awesome. And I hope they make more graphic novel specific characters like this. And to me, the number one pop of the year is Elvira in her glittery red dress. I really like they made Elvira kind of a cult type of a character. You wouldn't expect them to make a pop out of it. Not sure how popular her common pop even is, but I really like this one. I like that it has a Funkoween sticker on it. I love Halloween myself. They really did the glitter on the dress nicely. It looks really great out of the box. Her little pose is good. The way they did her hair is exactly the way Elvira's hair looks. And yeah, I just really like this pop. I want them to do more pops where they have glitter on there, but they don't glitter up the whole thing. And it doesn't just look like cheap kind of glitter, the way the Black Panther Walmart exclusive looked. I really hated the way that pop looked, but the glitter effect on this dress looks really nice. Really eye-catching pop. And yeah, I just want them to make more niche characters like this. Alright guys, that was my top 10. Not sure if you agree or disagree with me. Let me know in the comments below what your top 10 is, or maybe some pops I overlooked that you think should have been in this top 10. What pops you're looking forward to in 2017, or anything else you want to say. Take it easy.